do attend, it is a reality that is as blunt as it is sobering. COVID cases, both locally and nationally, are 4 times higher than they were last year at this time. With numbers like that, you or someone you know will likely have to quarantine and isolate. And for many, it may be for the first time. Fox 46's Derek Dellinger live tonight in the newsroom. And Derek, health officials are telling people to be ready for that possibility.
Yeah, we wanted to get a real sense of what this all would look like. This is because in case of exposures at school or work, you can get a notification at a moment's notice, and you will need to be prepared.
I knew that there would be quarantine somewhere at some point in life.
Stephanie Jenkins is taking her isolation and quarantine just about as good as you can. When we spoke with her late last week, she had come down with COVID.
Thankfully, I'm fully vaccinated, so my symptoms are mild. I mainly have congestion in the sinus area and just feels like a really bad cold.
And when it came to her family, she says they were ready.
My husband and I came up with a plan if either one of us were to get sick, and that plan was to isolate whoever was sick into the master bedroom because we do have a bathroom as well.
That was at the top of a big list of things they've done, and it's something that health officials say at this point is a good idea.
The number one question that we have really been getting from parents are, if my child's to quarantine and they can't go to school, what do I do with them?
Autumn Watson is with the Mecklenburg County Health Department. She says those questions have been coming up a lot.
Be sure that you have your basic medical supplies. So thermometers on hand, fever-reducing medications, masks that you and your children can wear within the household to minimize exposure.
But there are other things: emergency contacts, a plan of action in case a quarantine happens, with friends, family, your job, and your child's school all added into the conversation. And also where to get tested in case you are exposed, also writing down symptoms, also having chargers handy for your electronic devices. Many of us can also relate to the stay-at-home orders from last year. Jenkins tells us if you do have to quarantine and isolate, it will be familiar and stressful, but not daunting.
This feels very much like it did a year ago when we were in the stay-at-home orders, except for the fact that I'm all by myself in this bedroom.
Now, Jenkins does have 2 kids as well, and after that interview, she told us that one of them did test positive for COVID. However, they are doing fine at last check, and health officials say the best way, if your kid does have to quarantine or isolate, keep them mentally stimulated as much as possible.